Yay,
Hi.
it's recording.
Finally.
And we're all together.
Yes. And we're on film.
Hopefully this all works out, the film.
Yes, I hope so. A few housekeeping things. We are 3 subscribers away from 500 on YouTube. So we need your help. So go subscribe to us on YouTube if you have a Google account. Mm-hmm. That's all you need. Mm-hmm. And then also our podcast numbers are up.
Yay.
Which I'm super pumped about. Last month they were down, but I think that's just because we skipped a week. And then we re-uploaded.
The algorithm wasn't algorithming.
The algorithm was not algorithming, but now it is. And, I was looking at our reviews, and we have not gotten a new review on our podcast in over a year.
Oh, that's because, everybody reviewed us right when we started, and then it was just kind of like...
So, if you haven't reviewed us...
Do it.
But then otherwise, just, leave a comment, too. I want to hear your input on the episode.
I know, we always ask for comments, and then... we just never get any comments.
Or we get the same 3 people, which we love.
Yeah, true.
Which we love.
We do love our...
Nathan,
a couple people.
Nathan, Miley.
Yes.
I only know them by their, screen name or whatever. I don't know, I don't know what your actual name is.
Yes. Yeah, so those were just a few things. Leave us a review, subscribe, if you can. Comments. Yeah. So.
Like my stories.
Yeah.
I always go through and actually like the stories.
Yes, I love your stories. You do such a good job.
It takes a minute to do it because I have 4 pages going. So
yeah,
Google, Instagram, TikTok. I'm just trying to find all my information.
Yeah, you're good at it though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a kind of a catch up episode. Calissa,
because Calissa was gone last week.
Yes,
and me and Sarah's, and probably you saw too, our feed was full of Nikki Blonsky.
Yes.
And we waited so that Calissa could talk about it with us.
Yes, I'm so excited. Okay, so if you don't know who Nikki Blonsky is, first of all,
Are you living under a rock?
Are you living under a rock? Where were you in 2010?
Yeah. Was it 2010 already?
I think so. Because I was in high school when that movie came out. The Hairspray.
Yeah. Hairspray. She is the Tracy Turnblad.
Yes.
Tracy
Turnblad.
And she just nailed that part.
She really did. She really did.
She was in her prime. Mm-hmm. She
kissed Zac Efron in his prime.
I mean, according to some other sources, maybe some other things also, just BT dubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
FYI.
That would be
that's what I've heard.
A dream for all of us bigger girls.
She was living our life.
She was doing it. She was doing the things. And that was her prime, and she has gone downhill since.
Yeah, her downfall was she was on a plane with an America's Next Top Model, I think the winner of America's Next Top Model, who was black.
Way.
And that's relevant to the story because Nikki and her dad thought they were A-listers, no one can touch them. And they took this family seat. I think her name is Bianca's, her family seat. And Bianca's mom was like, excuse me, I think you're sitting in our seats in the airplane. And all of a sudden, it just turned nasty. They were like, no, they're just screaming at each other, saying the N-words, and then the dad, Nikki Blonsky's dad, punched this poor woman, America's Next Top Model's winner, the mom.
Oh my God.
In the face, and the mom fell backwards. Of course, a brawl is going to come out, and then I think someone caught it on video. But yeah, they were definitely guilty of instigating the fight.
Oh my. I didn't know anything about that.
I had heard that there was racial slurs happening, but I did not hear the scenario that it all was
physical. Very physical, very violent. And so they were like, okay. And then I think, that goes around in Hollywood, and Hollywood's like, no, I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we talked about this a little bit. She only had one role, I think, after that, right?
I think she did an ABC Family movie about a fat girl living in a fat camp or going to fat camp.
She was at high school. She was just at high school, I thought.
Okay. But typecasted.
Yes.
To play a specific role.
Yes.
And I feel like that happens a lot in Hollywood, with Rebel Wilson. She was a big girl. And then
she was Fat Amy.
And she was funny.
Get away from it.
So she was just the fat fun friend.
The fat funny friend who were like, okay. I mean, the bit, it's funny, but then it's like,
It's like Ryan Reynolds. Like after a while, it's like, okay, move on from
What
this
else
like
are you gonna
one
do?
thing. Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
But I was such a Nikki Blonsky fan.
Yeah.
I know. I think all of America was at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like America's sweetheart for a little bit there.
Yeah.
And now she only does Cameo, which if you don't know what Cameo is, you pay money and your celebrity or famous person gives you a personalized shout out, which we should start doing.
Somebody wants cameos from us? Nice. Nice.
We did do a little cameo for a follower.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
For his wife.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's true. We did do
That's
that.
right. Yeah. For free because we're nice people. But like, so now that's all she does is she does the same exact cameo for everybody.
Yeah.
And TikTok has caught on, and it used to be what, like $10 a cameo?
Yeah, and I think she
20.
It was like 20 or 30, and then after she heard that things were being shared, she's like she immediately upped it to like $100.
But because I saw her live and she said, no, Cameo reached out to me and like, hey girl, you are going to burn yourself out for doing $20 Cameo. So we're going to bump it up to 100 because you're trending. I believe it.
Yes,
Really?
I wouldn't doubt it because I'm
Okay.
sure Cameo gets a kickback.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
So my favorite video of all of these cameos is they took this big bless you,
Apologies for my sniffles. I have really bad allergies right now. Sorry.
tis the season. Sorry. Or did you touch a dog?
No, it's outside allergies right
Outside
now. Yeah.
allergies.
Sorry.
So they took all of the cameos together. They made a compilation and they put it all on one screen and they synced them together.
So funny.
So that she was all singing, "You can't
But it's
stop
not- it's
an
not-
avalanche."
It's like,
It's the vocal fry. You're really good at that. Wow, that was impressive.
That is
Maybe you should be
exactly
the
how
new
it
Nikki
goes.
Blonsky.
oh God.
I love it.
But it's so bad.
Yeah.
And like her fake tooth fell out. Did you guys see the one where
Oh yeah. And then she caught it, put it
her
in.
tooth fell out of her mouth while she was doing a cameo? And then she like takes her tongue and like
She
jams it
has
back
veneers or something. So I was like, there's a little nub in there.
But yeah, people were like, what caused her teeth to be like that?
I kind
And
of
some people are saying,
drinking.
what rhymes with quack?
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
I'm trying not to get violated over here.
Oh, I heard it was drinking. Like I heard that she was.
Possibly.
Listen, this is all alleged.
She's
Just
spitting
allegedly.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's spitting out bad.
I mean, I would too. Let's be real.
Yeah.
If I went from like super fame to all of a sudden like the bottom of the barrel, like I
Yeah.
would also be crashing out.
To be honest, I said this in the group chat too. Like, I would hold on to it
Yes.
forever if I could. Like,
100%.
like that hairspray roll. Like, that would be
Yes.
me. That would be my personality. So I
Yes.
can't really blame her for making it her
Things that I have
personality.
literally no involvement are my personality. So if I actually had involvement in something, like that would be it. That would be my
Yes.
whole life.
And
I
for
would
some
dress
people,
like that,
they're
look like
like,
that every day.
Corbin Blue, we know you were in
Yes.
High School Musical. Get over it.
No.
Or the guy who played Zac Efron's dad in
I say
High
never
School
get over
Musical. You know, they're like, okay, we get it. You
No.
were coach, whatever.
No, never get over it.
I mean, some people
Never leave
are
it
just
behind.
like
Coach Bolton?
Coach Bolton, yes.
Never leave it behind.
Because his
people.
whole
that was way
personality
back
is,
from
I was in High School Musical. I was the coach. And do you want a shout out from Coach Bolton? And I think he's got a cameo as well.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with it. But some people are just like, what else are you going to do?
I say that as I make fun of people who make like star signs their whole personality.
Yeah.
So, to each their own. That's my kind of thing, whatever.
My favorite cameo that Nikki did, she was literally on the toilet and like struggling for her life.
To poop.
In the video, you could like see the shower like behind her,
Hell,
like next to
there's
her.
a toilet right
Yeah,
behind her.
and I'm like, dude, what is
She's
happening?
she must be having diarrhea or something because she's like she's
That does
pushing.
not sound like diarrhea.
Maybe not,
That
but
sounds like constipation.
Okay.
Jinx.
Tracy Turnblad.
I know it. She was working with like John
Big stars.
Travolta, Queen
Amber
Latifah,
Snow.
Amber Snow.
Is that her name? Amber
Yes.
Snow? Oh, okay.
Was a huge. I was
love
just
her.
such a huge fan of Hairspray. I got the DVD for Christmas. I wore it out. I make the boys watch Hairspray in the van. Like,
I believe it.
Yes. It's such a good movie that like, yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what's crazy? Actually, I was on TikTok yesterday, and is it Little Inez?
Yes.
She was on TikTok, and she was like, I haven't done this dance in however many years, 20 years or whatever it's been.
Yeah.
And then she was doing the dance, and I was like, oh my gosh,
I know that dance. Yes. Yes.
The little girl?
Yeah.
And Hairspray?
Yeah, the little sister.
Aw.
What's the brother's name that dates Amanda Bynes? I forget.
Sexy face.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yes.
I forget his name.
So wasn't it like Squid or something?
Oh, yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it wrong, but I think
We should Google that.
brief pause.
Yeah, brief pause. Cut this part out. Editing, Calissa.
Editing Calissa.
And my sniffles.
Squid hairspray.
I don't think it was squid, but I think it was something close. Maybe it was squid.
The movie.
Yeah, just the musical. No,
Watch
the
it
movie
Sam
musical.
or something.
He did have a real name, but I thought he had like a little nickname that
Musical.
they would call him.
That dance that he did in the
In
detention.
the, oh my gosh, yes. We should just watch that. We need a movie
We
night.
probably should. We do need to, because we need to take Calissa to a real movie theater.
Yes.
Wait, what do you mean?
She's never been to the LDX
I've never been to a movie theater with a recliner in it.
Oh, you're missing
or heated
out.
seats or
You're missing
cooling
out.
seats.
You're
Or
missing
like
out.
people bring their blankies. It's like, oh.
Yeah, do you have like old school movie theater seats? Did we talk about this?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it one other time.
Ugh.
I don't know how to Google this. Black guy.
Cast.
No, yeah, just the cast of
Hairspray cast
and
person. And then you'll just see what
Elijah
his name is.
Kelly.
Okay.
But who was the black guy in Hairspray? Seaweed.
Yes.
Not
Squid.
You guys are close, still in the ocean.
It is ocean themed. That's true.
I'm so glad that someone else had that Google search. Who is the black guy in Hairspray?
Seaweed, yes.
Seaweed.
Yeah, he was cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was
I feel like
good.
that was a really good, just like attractive cast.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was just so well done.
Even when we saw Hairspray live, you know,
It was so
like
good. They
I mean,
did a
the
good
cast
job.
was still stellar.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just can't be done bad, apparently.
Wow,
I mean, I think it probably could, but
good.
Like if they brought Nikki Blonsky back now.
She would love
I saw
that
her
role.
doing like a karaoke on
Me too.
TikTok, and she's so bad.
I just like, well, okay. Remember that our voices are muscles, and if we don't use them appropriately, then they falter.
Yeah, that is true.
So
Voices are muscle. I never thought about that.
they are a muscle. They need to be exercised
Yeah.
appropriately.
Do you think
Otherwise
Mariah
they
Carey, her vocals are done?
I don't know.
Because I saw that she is going on tour,
Oh boy.
but that she is not giving anything to the
She
audience.
always uses a backtrack now.
She's never done really choreography, but she just won't even attempt. She just kind of stands there.
I just assume that like Botox has completely taken over her whole body, and that's just she's just
Has
like
she had a lot of work
stiff-
done on her body?
yes.
Oh,
okay.
gosh, yeah.
I haven't seen her in a long time.
I feel like it's impossible to not have a lot of work done on your body and be in Hollywood.
That's so true.
Like
That's
Being
very
in
insightful.
LA.
Have you ever guys ever heard the phrase of like you're not ugly, you're just poor?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
like
I feel that. I'm
So-
just poor.
There was a recent video of Meghan Trainor on the red carpet.
Oh.
Literally, she looked like an animatronic. She just like
yes.
had
She
a hard
had a-
time smiling.
She
thought
talks
she
about
was a
that she had a
robot.
bad like lip flip or something like that.
So
or, like Botox in her lips.
she
or
said that she
something.
lost weight because she was, working out, which I'm like, maybe.
I think she was for a long time.
But then she was like, no, I'm on trizepatide.
Yeah, tirzepatide.
Yep.
Oh.
And then she said she, bad veneers don't fit her face. She was using too much filler, and she had like so much Botox that she literally can't even move her face. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's why you kind of look like
She does,
a
and
robot.
in those pictures, she just looks like
Okay, I need to
Stiff.
look this up. Wow.
frozen. Oh my gosh,
it was
It's
bad.
everywhere. How have you not seen it?
I think I did see a comparison, but it was just her face. It was like her face compared with.
And the
a handful of
comments
years
were
ago.
like, is this Paris Hilton or Meghan Trainor? Or people were like,
Right.
she totally lost that base.
Man, but you know what? If I had all that money and like accessibility to all that kind of stuff, I totally probably would
her.
fall into that too.
You would have a Botox filler
I don't
blind
know
list?
if I'd have filler or Botox.
I
Ooh,
think
yeah.
I
Her
think a
lips
lot of
look
people in
crazy.
California are
But like 100%, I would have work done on my body.
oh yeah,
yeah,
like-
same.
Dude, I'm getting a tummy tuck. Like the first thing I do
Yeah.
if I get a little bit of extra change is like, I'm changing myself.
Did you ever get a BBL or something?
No.
No, that's dangerous.
I told Craig I wanted
but
face work
everything's
done, and
dangerous.
he's like, no.
A what work?
Like get a lift or something.
Oh,
like,
what are
that
those
would be like a
called?
little Botox.
Yeah.
Just a little and then it just like does
I
that.
don't know if I could handle
But
that.
it wears off so fast. It's
Yeah.
like, what's the investment for?
I think you only get like 3 months of good
Yeah.
use,
And
right?
you gotta keep up with it. And I saw like you cannot go in a sauna because it would just like defeat the purpose.
I would never get filler though, because that's one of those things where it never goes away. It's just like there.
It can go
They
away.
say like it dissolves or whatever, but there's a lot of people who say like that's why people get pillow face, because even though you're adding more to it, like there's just stuff that never completely goes away. So I don't know. I don't think I
Yeah.
could. And I already have a big wide face. Like even when I was skinny, it was wide. So like I don't think I.
Yeah.
No.
Craig said no go.
Yep.
No face work.
Same.
So
Nick doesn't want me doing anything.
yeah.
You look cute. You don't need it. You
Well,
look
I'm
cute.
talking when I'm like maybe in my 40s and I just,
Oh my gosh.
a little bit in the forehead.
Okay, speaking of this. Okay, so I heard, I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry. I don't follow a lot of like TikTok influencers, like big influencers, but I heard that someone had the eyelid surgery.
Yes.
They get their eyelids removed.
Tana Mojo's
Brooke
Pod-
Schofield or
Schofield.
whatever. Schofield. Okay. And one of the comments was basically like,
you need to move out of LA, girl.
no, I mean that too, but
I
it
was
was
seeing
basically like there's no individuality anymore. So
She supposedly had hooded eyes, but people were like, no, you really don't. But she still got that eyelid chopped
she might
or
have
like
just had like deep set eyes and not really.
maybe. But she just decided to change that for herself.
Rumor has it Taylor Swift has had that too, because her
Really?
eyes used to be
Oh, true.
more
Yes.
squinty.
You're totally right.
Yes, and now they're like open. You
Yeah.
see before and after pictures, and you're like, yeah, something happened.
People
there.
say that about, was it Jennifer Lawrence too that
Yes,
had like some
yes.
difference?
I think
Yeah.
Kendall Jenner too.
Maybe.
Yeah, but like, yeah, you're right. There is no like just differences in people's.
Yeah, I feel like when you look back at like 90s or early 2000s movies, everybody looked different, right?
Yeah.
Everybody just looked like themselves. And now everybody looks the freaking same.
Yeah.
Like there's no difference in people. And I think more so, like people can do whatever they want. Honestly, I don't care. But like if we are talking about having just general like beauty standards, like just to be a normal person, like it does take away from
Yeah.
just like normal people. Just
Yeah.
like be a normal person.
Well, and so I'm rewatching Desperate Housewives. The only person that I think has had like a lot of work was Edie Britt, the character. You know, she, boob, a boob job, Botox, a little bit of filler. But otherwise, the whole cast, they, just
They looked really good in
they
that
look
show.
like themselves. They look
Yeah.
their age.
Yeah.
You could see the wrinkles when they'd like make a facial react.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this was real. Like, they're real
Yeah, you don't
skin.
see the facial expressions anymore because everybody's got Botox. Like there's no, like
Frozen.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly,
For some reason, everyone's afraid to age now.
which is crazy to me.
I think it was like the skincare just took off, and then like, oh, if you don't want wrinkles, do this, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen the trend of like, I think it's to a Beyonce song of like women in their 30s?
Yeah,
What?
they're
Tell me
just
about it.
hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
just because
And they just do a video of themselves being hot.
are they like they've had work done their hot, or like they're just like people in their hot, or a mixture?
I'm seeing a little both,
Yeah.
Okay, you'll have to send me.
but
some stuff,
everyone's
'cause
like, wow, I can't wait to be 30.
I feel like I'm at a point right now where I'm feeling like I notice I start to look older, and that's disappointing.
I feel that way.
but like, yeah.
When I wear my
These 3
satin
wrinkles.
cap, my
Yeah.
nose guard, and like my oversized nightie, and I'm like, yeah, I could pass for a grandma right now. My kids make fun of me. Why are you making that face, Mom? I'm like, I don't know. I'm old.
Yeah. I just feel like anymore, like especially after I put makeup on, like whenever I like raise my eyebrows and then I see like, you can kind of see those indents after you stop raising your forehead and you're kind of like, oh, shoot. Shoot.
Yeah. That happens with, like I said, these 3 lines right between my eyebrows.
Yeah.
So,
I get why people do what they do.
yeah.
But I do.
But it also, Christy Brinkley, like she was so pretty, and all she did was smile. But like, she's like, I love my wrinkles because it shows how happy I was, and blah 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 blah.
That's so true.
But like, no one, no other celebrities or Kim Kardashian. You think she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I embrace my wrinkles?
See, it's hard because I feel that way about other people where like, your smile lines show that you had a happy life. But when I look at myself, then I'm like, girl, you just look old. You know? So it's hard. I do get it.
It's really hard to love yourself.
Yeah, it is.
It's a struggle.
It's way easier to be nice to other people than it is to yourself. 100%,
Yes.
for sure. So
Yeah.
So if you have any self-care tips or like self-love tips and
yeah.
how you love yourself,
Accept yourself.
accept
Yeah, I think
yourself.
sometimes love is too hard. I think acceptance is easier.
Self-acceptance.
More attainable.
That's what my therapist says.
Yeah.
She's like, are you at a place where you could just accept how you look? And I'm like,
No.
thank you.
See, I feel like I kind of am.
You don't have to.
but
She's
like,
like
I'm sad about
self-love
it.
is, a reach. But like, can we just get away from self-hatred? And I'm like,
Nah.
But then I see
not
comments
today. Not today.
back in the day,
We
like
got
when
more work to do, lady.
mirrors were not a thing. They were like, people didn't even see themselves.
Yeah.
Like maybe they saw the reflection in the river and that was it. And I'm like, you kind of think
We
about
do
that.
look at ourselves way too often.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but like, how often do your husbands look at themselves in the mirror? Would you say?
A lot less now that he doesn't have any hair, to be honest. When he had longer hair, he would look in the mirror constantly to fix it.
Actually, I've never noticed.
So Craig looks at himself, looks at himself about once a week in the
What?
mirror. Like, I'm sure he glances by, whatever, things like that. But like the other day, he was like, oh my gosh, Calissa, why didn't you tell me I have ear hair? Why didn't you tell me I have nose hair? I'm like, I assume that you look in the mirror and
What does he do when he brushes his teeth? He doesn't look at himself?
I don't know.
What? That's so weird. He doesn't take a quick peek before he gets in the shower?
Well, that's usually like before and after the showers when he's like, whoa, this is wild. Or like he'll have like a unicorn hair and he's like, you didn't tell me I have a unicorn hair here. I'm like, I just trust that you can look at yourself in the mirror.
That's your job.
Apparently.
Actually, I guess, yeah.
We should ask Nick. I'm
No,
curious.
because he has to look at himself when he's filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not looking like
No,
you're
not like
deeply looking.
grooming.
I'm deeply looking.
Well, he
probably a
notices
couple
his
times a
hair and
day.
his beard. He's like, you haven't cleaned me up in a while. And I'm like, nah, you're fine. But when I clean him up, I'm like, oh, you look so much better. He's like, see, you need to take care of me. Because I'll get his ear hair and everything,
Ew, yeah.
get it off camera. And
Gross.
sometimes if I'm nice and I have the time, I'll shave
Trim
a
his
little bit
shoulders.
more to his shoulders.
He
But
is
some of the
very
comments
hairy.
are like, oh, Nick groomed his shoulders. And I'm like,
Well, Nick didn't do it, but
it was his wife.
He is very hairy.
He is. Our poor
Sometimes
kids.
I groom Calvin's little random unicorn hairs, as you say, that are on his back. When I
Unicorn
trim his
hairs
neck.
on the forehead?
No,
Yes.
they're not
do you ever see those?
No.
Craig gets them all the time. They stick straight out and it's just
doesn't-
one random
He
hair
doesn't
and they
get them
come on
his
so
face.
fast.
He gets them on his back, upper shoulder area. He'll just have one or two long black hairs, just wing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, pull that out. Ooh.
Nick, because I was like, yeah, just wear Vaseline because his lips always get dry because he's talking so much.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but it looks like I'm wearing lip gloss, so I have to
Who cares?
oh, the internet.
The internet, yeah, I'm sure.
Nick's wearing lipstick now.
Then he should make a funny out of it and release
That's
some
what
merch
I
of him
said.
with
It's
big,
a
kissy,
natural
juicy lips.
human thing. It's like
to
making
need
someone
chapstick.
fun of someone because they brush their teeth or
Right.
something.
Yeah, they just
It's
want
so
they just
odd.
want a raw, manly man. But when he is raw and manly, they're like, huh, you're so hairy, and I'm like,
Which is it? You can't win.
you can't win with
Yeah,
the
you
internet.
really
Can't
can't.
win.
So just do what you want.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh my gosh, what if one day we get hate comments like that?
We probably will.
I'd love it.
We already had one.
I cry.
We already had one for Calissa.
Yes.
Although that was personality or what you've said, not
Opinion.
about how we
Yes.
look. So listen,
Yeah.
people, just so you know, I already think that way about myself. So you don't need to tell me, okay?
Let's
FYI.
revisit that comment for those who weren't here for the episode.
Okay.
We were talking about tipping waitresses.
Oh, sure.
Or not tipping waitresses.
I think it was like tipping Subway.
We're like
it was
just
tipping in general. We were talking about tip
general.
culture in
Yeah,
general.
so we were talking about tip culture, and then a Subway comment like, "Why are we tipping Subway?" Like,
Yes. Or like, why are we tipping when we check out of a grocery store, like a convenience store at at the Wilderness in Wisconsin Dells? Like if you go to the candy store, they are asking for your tip. Like they're constantly asking for your tip. And I just said that was a little ridiculous. In this commenter.
No, you were talking about Donut Mom. I thought you were. Did you have,
She
did
said
you have
another-
2 mean comments?
Yeah,
Okay.
you did.
Oh,
I
shoot.
did.
Because
Oh my
you
gosh, I
said,
forgot to.
isn't she asking for it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, continue on.
Yes.
Please.
Okay.
Big
So
story.
anyway, but the point is, what was so weird about it is it was midnight. I was at work, and the episode released at midnight. And this comment was on the Instagram post not even 1 hour later.
Yeah.
So it was like
fast.
super creepy of like someone who's like waiting. And, and I haven't heard from them since.
No, me either.
And they
It
had
was
like
a-
one
obviously
post on
a fake
Instagram.
account.
Burner
Yeah.
account, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Burner account.
Yeah.
I need a burner account.
Oh, my gosh.
Because people aren't blurring comments on, or aren't blurring like the usernames on hate comments anymore.
Good.
Have you noticed that?
What do you mean?
Good. People used to protect like shady commenters by blurring their handle
Username.
and then still posting like a screenshot. And people don't do that anymore. I feel like if you're willing to put your name out there to hate on people on the internet, then just you're out there.
Yeah.
So,
I would never post a mean comment to someone. I feel like that's so.
I would on a burner account.
I feel like I would. I feel like I would on a burner
I feel like
account.
that's something where
You had a
turn to
burner
your-
account. There's no trace of you.
You turn to your friend and you say, "Dang, that's crazy," and then you go back to your life.
No.
You guys,
Yeah, but you
you're
guys
way
don't
too
follow
into the
Matt and
internet.
Abby, so how am I supposed to hate on them?
I do actually. I don't follow them, but I think I've heard of them. They're the married
the
couple with the
worst.
cruise thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
they're the
I
worst.
have seen some stuff from them, but I don't follow them.
I need someone to like collectively hate on them.
You can send us anything you want, but I refuse to be an internet commenter. I'm sorry.
Okay.
A troll.
Yeah, I just won't, because like I would hate if someone did that to me. I would hate it.
So TikTok has this thing. I think Instagram does too. You can reply to a comment with a video.
Yes.
And Mikayla, she, dropped her.
She's been on it lately with
She
that.
dropped her new makeup skin prep.
It's skin prep. Yep.
It's not skincare.
It's
skin prep.
It's
for
like makeup prep.
Oh.
It's like 5 steps.
Yeah.
To make your skin perfect for makeup.
Yep.
Well, that's never been done before. I feel like I
To
haven't
this
heard
degree,
of that before.
yeah,
It's kind of
like
a
that's
lot.
actually like I'm being genuine. Like that's I haven't heard of that
It's gotten,
before.
from what I've seen, pretty dang good reviews so far. So
And I think what took people off, no one was saying it, but I think everyone was thinking it. She was saying why 2024 was the worst year of her life. But that was it. She's like, 2024 was the worst year of my life, and no one knows it because I obviously don't show that on camera. So the whole internet was thinking, what's going on with Mikayla? Why is she, why was 2024 the worst year of her life? And then she never brought it up since. And people
Yes, she
were
did.
like, then
Okay.
people were speculating. They were like, oh, it's probably her and her husband, Cody. It's probably a
This
brand
and that,
deal.
and-
It's, they're making up things. She's not addressing anything. And then,
Which is very typical.
yeah,
Fair.
people are allowed to have a private life though.
so people
Just
were
BT dubs.
people were kind of annoyed because she would post regularly, but like, I'm so depressed, I'm gonna eat my McDonald's, but it looked like a brand shot because she had a McDonald's like tray,
Yes.
whole
Oh yeah, there is a
engraved
lot.
tray. I mean, there was like a lot of like Dunkin' Donut
There is a lot going
promotions.
around right now about people not posting for their sponsorships or
Yes.
paid partnerships or whatever.
So then the other day, she was doing her skin prep with her point of view makeup and saying why 2024 was the worst year of her life because her husband,
relapsed.
yes, he was like an addict,
Yeah, he's a drug addict.
drug or alcohol.
I think it was drug.
Okay. But so she was telling this really sad story. She's like trying not to cry as she's putting on her skin prep. But people were kind of turned off by the point where she made sure you saw the labels she was
Yeah.
opening.
Okay, but that's also part of
her
being an internet
job,
personality.
yeah.
And yeah. If she didn't do that, then someone would comment and be like, what product is that? What product is that? No matter
Exactly.
what.
Maybe.
Exactly.
No matter what. So it's like the Nick thing. There's no way to win.
No.
It's the internet. Like, it's not that serious.
It's the point you made when Whitney danced with her baby,
Yep.
her RSV baby. You're like,
Yep.
dancing is her thing.
Yep.
I
That's
still
her brand.
totally disagree with you.
But I'm saying, like,
It
that's
is her brand. Yes.
Like,
and that's Mikayla's.
Are you going to post content that's off brand? No,
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
So
And
She
is it
used
maybe a
to-
little like tone deaf? Yeah. But is it on brand?
The lights
Yes.
gotta get paid somehow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people, it's the freaking internet. It's not that serious.
It is serious to a lot of people.
Why? It's the freaking internet. Like,
So yeah, Trisha Paytas, she made a comment about that because she noticed it too. Oh, you're telling us a sad story about your husband, but you're like really pushing your skincare line in front of the camera.
And she waited to tell that story
until
like she hyped it up.
So
I don't know how I feel about that.
There's a lot of mixed.
Do I think it's shady? Yeah, but is it also on brand? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, especially for her.
I'm not necessarily judging her for being on brand. No. Yeah. Do I think that it's like the best business practices? No.
I think you said it like tone deaf a little bit.
Yeah, it's tone deaf.
I don't.
Who's not?
Think the internet will. Like, I get where you're coming from, and I see that. I just don't think that many people feel that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that more people would be like
the haters.
The haters. Yeah.
It's
Literally
easy to
why,
hate.
though?
It's easy to hate.
Yeah.
But hate and like, trash talk, that travels faster than positive.
But people can literally just not watch her, and then they'll never know what she's doing.
It happens with like any business. Like hair business, you do one bad cut, the whole town's gonna know.
I mean, that's a little different, I feel like, because that's real world. That's real world.
This is real world to her.
It's also not, because it's the internet, and like that's her life. And so she can choose to like put that out however she likes. And it has nothing to do with us. It has no influence on our life. And so do we really need to care? No.
No.
I feel like that's my opinion about it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that would change
I don't think you're
depending
wrong.
on the situation. Maybe it was something that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
I would feel differently, but like, you do you, girl. If I don't like it, then I don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
Isn't she kind of known for being a little messy anyway?
Yes.
Yeah. I just feel like.
Yep.
L'Oreal Lash Paradise.
Yeah.
Was it Lash Paradise? I forget.
Telescopic.
Yeah, telescopic. Whatever.
There's been a lot of things that
Mascara
she's done. The whole try being an influencer for a day. Try it.
Yeah.
She'll like do a review of a product and be like, this is the best ever, get paid for the sponsorship, and then it will end up like months later in her like worst products.
Yeah.
Like
This is the worst product ever.
Yeah, makeup that I hate type of thing. Like it'll end up in there, and then everyone's like, wait, but you just did a paid partnership with them like 7 months ago that's saying this was like the best thing ever.
I wish. I think that's what ruined influencers is when
the Jaclyn Hill,
the
Manny
sponsorships came in.
Laura Lee Los Angeles, that era of makeup was
2016.
ruined because of them. And like they were making millions and millions and millions of dollars off partnerships that sucked.
And now the company itself, Morphe,
Yeah, bankruptcy.
broke.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Jeffree Star's owed like $2.5 million or something, and he'll never get it because they filed for bankruptcy. So they're not like legally.
Can't get blood out of a rock.
Exactly. Yep.
Isn't that what?
I've never heard that before.
You've never heard that before?
No.
Have you heard that before?
No.
We use it a lot in the medical field when we're like trying to poke somebody to get blood.
Oh.
And it's like you can't get blood out of a rock.
I'm a rock.
Are you hard to get blood out of?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't drink a lot of water before my appointments, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lady was like, what'd you drink today? I was like, oh, hot chocolate. She's like, oh.
I feel like sometimes people use that as an excuse, like, oh, you're dehydrated. That's why I didn't get that IV.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean? And I feel like that's
They struggle with me.
Maybe it's
too.
just our anatomy. Our anatomy is garbage.
I got small veins, apparently, because they're always like trying to find it. They're tapping me.
I know.
Like,
They're like looking. At least my skin's like very transparent. I feel like it would be harder to find yours.
yeah. Oh,
No, maybe
right
not.
there.
Your veins are pretty dark.
but they miss. So then I get bruised up.
Me too.
Bad.
yeah.
And then they end up going in my hands, my crusty little hands.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
awful.
gross.
I've never ever in my life had someone miss a blood draw on me.
Wow.
Nice.
But I mean,
Ew.
look at this. This is. Do you know what I mean?
That's like such a wow.
Yeah, you got a vein.
That's such a flex on people. Honestly.
It's not fair because Nick, I mean, his veins just stick out too.
Alvin's
and I'm like,
too. They always are protruding. It's really gross.
Yeah.
Actually.
but I just feel it. I would always like put my fingertip on the vein, see if I could stop it.
Me too. Do you pinch them a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you doing?"
that
And I'm
gross?
like, "I don't know."
Are you not supposed to do that?
You guys would have a lot of fun with a vein finder. The
What
light.
is that?
The light that we have a light that finds veins.
Oh my
and it lights
gosh.
up all of the veins in your hand.
Don't let me forget. I want to talk to you about this later.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Speaking of which, how are you guys? We haven't had just like a straight up like catch up. we've been
in like
talking
2
about?
weeks.
I think we were going to talk about my Texas trip that me and Nick took.
Yeah. That was a surprise.
Yeah, it was kind of like, well, because he was gone so much that month, and then this person that wanted to come on unsubscribe, they wanted to go for Nick, and Nick's like, I've traveled so much already, and I'm like, just go because this guy really wants to meet you and be on the podcast with you. So he's like, would you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So we got a babysitter to, watch our kids for that weekend. And it was just a really chill, calm weekend. Like, we went shopping. What, did I get anything? I don't know. I don't think I got anything. But just low-key, ate at a really good Mexican restaurant.
Yum.
Like, you could tell the tortillas were like homemade.
Fresh pressed, yeah.
Fresh. And like I think George Strait has been there
Cool.
a couple times because they had pictures with George Strait in that restaurant. I'm like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got the King of Texas.
Yeah.
And then
When you say Texas, what part of Texas? We can cut this if you don't want people to
this
know.
is
But
San Antonio. It's weird because San Antonio and Bernie are just like so close. But San Antonio mostly. And then I visited his factory, Bunker Branding, that makes everyone's merch. And it was kind of overwhelming because I got kind of quiet. Like, I'm just like looking at all these things and they're like, this is a wall of Nick's shirts. And it's like a long hallway full of orders of people ordering Nick's stuff. And I'm like, I hear about these sales, but like seeing it in person, it was like, oh,
whoa.
okay.
That would be super trippy.
And then he was showing me like the sewing machines that were patching on
like
hats.
embroidery stuff? Yeah.
Yes. And they can only do 6 at a time. So I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Like if you get a hat from them, like,
Yeah.
It's like small batch.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then, I'm watching machines flip shirts nice and tight. And someone's like
that.
putting them in the, the sack for the order. It was really cool. Everything was run really smoothly. It looked like a really fun vibe. I was talking to the guy and I'm like, so what do you look for when you hire someone? And he's like, I try to find someone that doesn't know anyone on this wall. Because anyone on this wall can come and visit Bunker, and they can...
You don't want to be like wigged out by
Like starstruck.
Starstruck,
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, that's... You know.
Yeah.
They want to come into a space where like...
Maybe I should get a job there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I only know Nick, and I don't care about Nick.
You're totally unfazed by any part.
Yeah.
Yep.
Calvin was talking about somebody the other day, and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. He's like, oh, it's this guy. And I was like, oh, I need to memorize what these people look like so that I can know who you're talking about when you talk about people.
So yeah, I mean, you would, definitely. They'd hire you.
I wonder how much money I could make. Probably not that much.
Moving to Texas.
Yeah, we should move to Texas.
There you go.
And get a job.
Texas. And then on the podcast, because I watched it, and they were talking about homeschooling and why he prefers homeschooling and how they do like a co-op. But then I didn't realize how almost everyone in that room has been homeschooled.
Oh.
So
That's why they're weird.
no,
Okay.
no.
That's just like
My
people
friends-
assume that homeschool people are
No,
weird.
Savannah said that her parents did. There's 2 ways to do homeschooling: the correct way and then the wrong way, which everyone sees the wrong way. They see a weird kid, and then the right way, you see like kids thriving. So Nick is always like, well, "What do you think about homeschooling?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I see really good things with it, but I just don't know."
You have to have a kid. Every kid learns in a different way
Yes.
and
And I just
grows in a different way, and so you kind of have the right personality to be able to.
definitely, because I went to a mom's meeting and this girl was trying to teach about phonetics.
Sounds.
Yes. And she's like, I used to be a teacher. I taught for 6 years. And she's showing us how she teaches her children. And I'm like, you do
want
it
her
so
in
well.
your co-op.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you do it so well. I would never think of that stuff. And if I did, I'd have to do a ton of research. Like, it'd almost be like, oh, I might as well just get a...
But that's like
An
if you-
education
if you
degree.
follow a program,
Right.
a lot of those things are laid out for you. I think people run into issues, and we kind of talked about this at school actually, because there are families who come in from homeschool to our school, and there are areas where they're very behind. And it's like those areas of like reading or, you know, whatever, where.
And I just don't want them to be behind,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
it's literally not your fault.
it is
But
my
it is
fault.
literally
Yeah.
like would be your fault
Yeah.
if like you send your kid to school and they're like
Yeah.
years behind. You know
But that's
what I
why
mean?
that's like the difference between like child-led sometimes is very difficult because
Yes.
if you're going always at their pace might be slower, and sometimes there are like more things that you have to, you know.
And I just don't know what they should know at that point. Like, okay, how do you not know your geography right now? Like, then I would get frustrated, and it's my mother.
Linda.
But yeah, so he was talking really well about homeschooling, and it just gets you thinking.
Yeah. My kids come home and they teach me something new all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So there's
Oh,
no way.
I bet.
And they're in second grade in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Gannon came home and he's like teaching me how to sound out a word. And I'm like, you'd think that it's pretty easy to like sound out a word, but you have to teach someone
To do it. Yeah.
how to sound out a word. And it's like, I
Yeah.
don't know how to
Ronnie's
do
in
that.
that phase right now of like sounding things out.
Well, and it's hard too because like my kids had a puzzle, and I was like ch ch. I'm like, and I'm like, wait, cutter, like, you know, C and ch.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's a little hard.
Yeah.
You know, like cheetah and then cutter, like different sounds.
Yeah.
So it's like, well,
Cecil
Cecil.
is also a C word. You know what I mean? I don't know why that particularly came to my mind. But like there's another way to make a C sound.
So then it's like, well,
just
how
ridiculous.
do I, you know,
Yeah.
the different, like, no, that's not how you pronounce that. It's the, like, xylophone.
Yeah.
You would think an S,
Yeah.
I think, or a Z. I don't know.
X.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
no.
Yeah. I mean, and like the English language is very difficult.
So if you homeschool or if you thought about homeschool, leave us a comment why. You know.
Yeah. Our Insta.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious because I think everybody who homeschools does it for different reasons. Definitely. And so there's so many reasons to homeschool or to not homeschool. I'm just, it's interesting.
Thinking about homeschooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What programs maybe would you consider following?
It never crossed my mind that I would homeschool my
Really?
kids. Not once in my entire life have I been like, I can do that better than a teacher.
Oh,
Oh, no, I
feel
all
like
my props to teachers.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to spend more time with my kids, and I didn't want to like. This sounds so bonkers. Like I sound like a crazy person, but I didn't want to give up the control of like knowing what's going into my kid's brain, knowing what's like coming out of my kid's brain. Like I didn't want to give up that control. So, yeah, we definitely considered it, and Calvin said no. He's like, "You're too reactive."
I feel like Calvin always says no.
Yeah.
He does. He always tells me no. I tell him that all the time. He's like, "You get whatever you want." I'm like, "Liar."
No, you don't.
I do not get
I've
that.
witnessed
you
him
don't.
denying you.
Yes.
When we go out to eat, I'm like, "Hey, can I get a soda?" And he's like, "No."
He's gonna if he edits this video, he's gonna edit it out of this video.
No, he knows. He knows. I don't know. It's only honesty over here. Okay, it's
Yeah.
only truth.
Only the truth. What's new with you?
Not much.
Working.
Literally nothing.
Anything fun? You had spring break.
Yeah, played a lot of video games. Just chilling.
Nice.
I'm ready for the school year to be over and to just like have a break. I feel like this has been a hard transitional year with like, because I'm so used to doing whatever I want, whenever I want. And now I have like places to be at certain times and like certain things that I have to do by certain times.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, I need to like rework my brain so that I can still have time to like do the things that I want to do and also like clean my house and also like do all of these things. And I do not thrive not doing what I want to do. So it's like just a difficult transition, learning to like be accountable to other people again.
Because you had such a big spring break, do you go into June for school? No.
That's nice.
Yeah. That would be.
Yeah, we're actually ending earlier than I even thought this year. So
Yeah, we're the Friday before Memorial Day.
I don't know what day
When we're
that is.
done. May 26th.
We're the 23rd, I think, because we're done. Although we might skip that day because my nephew's getting married that weekend. And so if we leave
Where at?
in Des Moines.
Oh, in Des Moines. Okay. I didn't know if it was like a faraway land.
No, but we do have a faraway wedding
Far away.
this year, but it's
You
not for a little
driving?
while. Yeah, we are. Actually, oh my gosh, it's really soon. Shoot,
Yeah.
that's only like 2 weeks. Oh, poop.
Oh yeah. Well,
Goodness.
April 10th, so it's May.
No, it's
5th.
it's like May.
5th. 3rd.
3rd is the weekend, yeah.
Yeah, it's only like a couple weeks though. It's only a couple weeks. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I got to get myself together. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I'm like now I have to be like on someone else's timeline, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, all the time. So stressful.
You should take an
I
ashwagandha
love how
gummy.
you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
No, sorry, I'm getting worked up. I'm getting a little stressed.
Ashwagandha gummy.
I was taking ashwagandha for a while, and I didn't feel like it helped.
Agreed.
I feel like it helps.
I was taking ashwagandha for a while, and I did not feel like it.
Yeah. A lot of people say like, oh, you're gonna be so relaxed. Oh, this. I'm like, no.
No.
Just don't think I yell at my kids as much when I'm on it.
Is that a what's that called? Like a fake your brain thing? What's that called?
Placebo.
Yeah, is that a placebo thing?
I don't know.
Okay. If it works for you, keep doing it.
Yeah.
I hate yelling at my kids. It's the
Same.
worst.
Yes.
It's I just
I
hate it.
apologize to my kids.
All the time.
So I woke up, or I got home from work. The kitty litter box was totally a mess, and it was like stuck because we have the litter robot or whatever. It was stuck. The cats had to pee. Like all of this stuff was going wrong. The kids weren't ready. Craig hadn't been up yet. It was just like a terrible morning. And I ended up yelling because everybody was like trying to help me fix the litter box. I'm like, just leave me alone. And then, of course, I felt terrible. So then I'm like, because Craig's like, what curled up your ass? I'm like, so anyway, I had to apologize, and I gave everybody a hug, and I said I was sorry that I was grumpy this morning. I was just really frustrated at the cat box, and I won't be grumpy. You know, I didn't say I won't be grumpy again.
Yeah.
Okay, I never say that.
I always just say like, I'm gonna try to do better next time I'm frustrated.
Do your kids like go up to you and like, you made me sad?
Yes.
Yes. Well, so what happened that night?
They always say,
I
you
got-
hate me.
I got grumpy again because I don't even remember why. And Carver goes, you said you wouldn't be grumpy again. And I was like, I never promised that. Ever. And I won't. Because I'm going to get grumpy again.
Yeah. It's just
But I
part of
felt
life.
bad. And I'm like,
Do you
sorry,
hear
guys.
from like little Anders?
No, not yet. No. He's just in his own little world.
Okay.
He's so funny.
I get it from Cash.
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. Ma, you made me sad.
Oh, no.
I'm like, all right. Like he must be thinking about it for quite some time, you know, because he'll go on with his day. I'm like, Cash, did you have a good day? And immediately, you made me sad.
Oh, out of the blue?
Yeah, and I'm like,
no.
because I yelled at him maybe like earlier in
Yeah.
the day, and I'm like, okay. So I gave him a hug, and then he just bounced back and
Yeah.
runs off.
Usually that's all they need is a little.
They just
little hug
need
about
like
it.
a hug or like
They need
I
to
have-
know that like you've
Yes.
done it and like
Yeah.
accept it and like, you know.
Yeah. Because I remember as a kid when my parents would yell at me, they never like
I don't know. I
they
don't
never
remember that
really
my mom did
apologized
either.
to like
Yeah.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Every
Like,
once in a while,
no.
but not super often.
I think that's a new age
Yes,
parenting
yeah.
definitely.
hack.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, but like how
because I would go to my room
it
pissed
makes
off,
perfect sense.
and then like I'm still mad at, you know, mom or dad or both,
Yeah.
whoever yelled at me, and then they're like, all right, time to eat. And then we just eat and like act like nothing
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And then I'm just like, I'm so mad at you, but like
Yeah.
I want to be my kids like safe space.
Yeah.
I want them to like not be afraid to tell me
Yep.
when they feel something.
So that's where I appreciate when my kids are like, you know, I had a really good day, but earlier in the day, you like, I'm still really mad or sad. And I'm like, oh, like,
yeah. And that's totally okay.
yeah.
Like sometimes it frustrates me because I'm like, can't you just let it go? But I'm also like, you know what? You do the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you will hold a grudge against Calvin for something for days.
Yeah.
And then, you know, even after we've talked about it, and then I'm still just like thinking about it and upset and angry. And I'm like, so, you know, I can't blame him.
Yeah.
Can't blame him.
So I appreciate that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me.
Yeah.
I try to do better.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's hard.
it is that balance.
Yeah.
So tell us what you do.
I think I've been better. Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that there's a camera.
Tell us what you do.
If we end up with no video on this, then just ignore us saying that.
I think we should. I think it'll work.
We've tried a couple times.
Yeah.
It's wishy-washy.
yeah,
Iffy.
it's
Yeah.
there's a lot of
A lot of
there's-
moving parts. It's not as easy as like buying a camera and turning it on.
Right. There's more to it than we
Because we
anticipated.
want good audio for
And
our
Nick told
YouTubers.
us like straight to our faces. So bless him.
Yeah.
Bless him for that.
Yeah.
You don't need to feel his fire because he already knows.
Yeah, that's true.
I told you.
I know. I always try to be really careful not to give him a bigger head. Like, you're really silly.
He needs someone to humble him, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
I'm right here.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we'll probably end this episode. So let us know what you thought about this episode in the comments.
Covered a lot.
Yeah, a little bit of everything: motherhood, celebrity gossip,
Yeah.
self-love,
Yeah.
catching up.
Self-hatred.
Yeah. Dang. Closest therapist could let us know more about that.
There we go.
Maybe she needs to therapize us all.
Oh, she's good. Man, she's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't give out names and numbers, but just FYI, if you need therapy, go get
Yes. Yes.
Go get it.
Go
get
get
it.
Find it.
Get you some.
Yeah, get you some of that.
Okay.
And on that, this has been Hannah.
And Calissa.
And Sarah.
Bye.